Oh, just something light to kickstart Peach's Pit Party on this hump day. April 29th, 2026. I am Peaches, of course. If you want to get a hold of me, you can over at 208-535-1015 Boundaries. Starting off the show with their latest track, Death Will Follow Me. I believe they're going to be in Boise tonight, opening up for that co-headlining tour, the Amity Affliction, as well as August Burns Red. If you haven't seen August Burns Red at all live, they're one of the best ones out there. I'm not even a huge fan of those guys. I saw them back in 2023 at the Complex. It was August Burns Red, Brand of Sacrifice, Spite, and Crystal Lake, and I was more so going for Spite. Spite's one of my favorite bands. Awesome. You can hear them on Jenk Show all the time, Saturdays from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. But August Burns Red, whoa, I was blown away. Yeah, they'll be at the Revolution Concert House tonight and then tomorrow as well. Not tomorrow. Friday, May 1st, the Amity Affliction, August Burns Red at the Union. Again, you can find these shows on our concert calendar at riverbendmediagroup.com/calendar. I was kind of sad the Bush show with Mammoth, Wolfgang Van Halen. I believe they just call themselves Mammoth now. It had to be downgraded from the Maverick Center to the Complex. Kind of sad, but it's happening that same night. Is it May 1st? Is it the same night? I'll have to check because the Complex is 2 rooms. And if you have, the Complex, that's not where, okay, never mind. I had a whole weird moment where I thought the Amity Affliction and August Burns Red tour was going to be at the Complex. No, that one's at the Union. It feels like a lot of these shows that are getting announced, especially as of late, are getting announced for the Union. They might win the Venue of the Year. The End of the Year Venue of the Year award, presented by me. I'll have my parents make a trophy and I'll send it to whoever books shows at the Union. Unless some other venue decides to step up, I feel like the Union Event Center in Salt Lake City doing their absolute best to get all these rock and metal shows coming to the area. I mean, can I type in the Union? Let's see here. Oh, I can search by venue on our concert calendar. That's incredibly cool. Yeah, Black Veil Brides tomorrow at the Union. The Amity Affliction and August Burns Red, May 1st. Also, Wage War with Nevertell, May 5th. Then you also have later on, May 20th, Amon Amarth and Deathclock. You also have the legendary band Kitty. You have Dance Gavin Dance, Poppy, Social Distortion, Kill Switch Engage, Bowling for Soup, Taking Back Sunday, Rise Against, Sabaton as well, Loathe 2, all at the Union. Again, all these shows on our concert calendar at riverbendmediagroup.com/calendar. It's only the end of April. Do I give the Union the Best Venue of the Year award, or should I wait to see if more shows get announced and see if another venue can top them and book more rock and metal shows? Again, this is Peach's Pit Party on K-Bear 101. I'll be back here in just a few with some more crap to talk about. I was just on my lunch break right before the show started, and ever since I started taking those GLP-1 injections. You don't really call them shots. They don't really call them shots. The doctors and nurses, no, they call them injections. You can't really call them a shot. That might be too scary. No, it's an injection. And you're supposed to put it in your stomach or your arm or like the fatty part of your thigh. And I did get a sample Mounjaro pack from my doctor, and I was taking that I took that for 4 weeks. You take it once a week. You get it injected into your stomach. That's what my girlfriend Aubrey was doing. She was injecting me with it every Tuesday. We made it a plan to just make that injection day, And it's been working. My appetite has gone way down. And so that whole sample pack ended up getting prescribed a different kind of GLP-1. And this one's kind of weird. This one, it's not in those cool little shots that were just convenient and easy to use. No. I go to the pharmacy yesterday to go pick up my prescription, and it's a tiny little bottle inside one of those prescription capsules, and I had to pay like an extra $1 for the syringes and the alcohol wipes, which is no big deal to me. That's a whole $1, I had that in my wallet. I have a spare $1 in my wallet for some reason. I should have used it on that. But I got what I needed. I then had to play chemist. I then had to be pretend to be a chemist for a second and find out different conversions of what exactly is a cc, like a milligram to cc, a milliliter to cc. It was all this crazy medical stuff. Luckily, Aubrey's sister's husband, Aubrey's brother-in-law, I should have said that, is a doctor. So we asked him on how to do this, and it was a full-on syringe. It was no joke. I can't believe Aubrey was able to just take that needle and jab me with it, suppressing my appetite even more. I wasn't all that hungry in my lunch break. I had my what used to be usual Taco Bell order, and I was quite full after eating like the loaded griller. But I ended up eating everything anyway because I don't want to starve myself, But I'm luckily no longer drinking soda. I'm having these weird mushroom elixir drinks. That's the most California thing I could say, is that I'm drinking a mushroom elixir anyway. Let's play some Breaking Benjamin now. Failure on Peach's Pit Party. In case you haven't heard, this Friday, coming up soon enough, I am going to be at State Trailer RV and Outdoor Supply, their Idaho Falls location, from 2 to 4 p.m. I'll start off the show over there, and I'll just actually spend most of my show over there. What am I even talking about? Why did I even say that for? 2 to 4 p.m. State Trailer RV and Outdoor Supply this Friday. They'll have a bunch of giveaways they're doing. They're celebrating 100 years of being in business, and you can stop by, see what they have for sale, what to give away, and also see me at my table, my little setup there. I'll have it somewhere where you can easily see me, plus you can already, no matter where I'm at in a room, I'm pretty sure I'm easy to spot. Just look for the big, tall, bald dude, all right? Find me, fill out the slip, put your name in the drawing for tickets, to win tickets, potentially, to go see Papa Roach, Set It Off, and Autumn Keens. That's only if you see me. A pair of pit tickets up for grabs to catch those bands live at the Portneuf Health Trust Amphitheater in Pocatello. Again, 2 to 4 p.m. this Friday. State Trailer RV and Outdoor Supply. 2 to 4. Put it on your calendar so that way you don't forget about it. Wow, this is really sad and depressing reading this thread. It says, men, what's the one thing you hate about being a man? Male pattern baldness. Yeah, watching your hair just slowly fade away and getting made fun of for it is one of the saddest things ever. I wouldn't be one of those dudes to make fun of somebody else for being bald, because you might end up that way, I shouldn't say I wouldn't, because I made fun of my dad for it growing up, and sure enough, look at me now. He has the horseshoe. So did my grandpa. I should have seen it coming. It would really be awful if all of a sudden I just went bald and my dad has like John Stamos hair, something like that. Oh, that would be bad. That's when you take that surprise trip to Turkey, have your head swell up like a balloon after you get that hair procedure, whatever they do over there. They get the follicles and they put them all in your head so you can regrow hair again. But also it looks pretty bad, doesn't it? It looks like you're wearing a toupee for the most part, at least from what I've seen online. You should go to r/bald if you're contemplating shaving your head. Go to r/bald, post your picture and say, is it time? Should I go for it? Should I take the plunge? Everyone in there is so supporting. I was thinking about putting my pictures in there from almost 2 years ago, 3 years ago now. Was it 3 years? No, it was 2 years ago. August 28th, 2024 is when I decided, you know what? I'm going to do it. What's the one thing you hate about being a man? Let's move on here. Everyone assumes I don't need a hug. I love hugs. The fact that expressing any interest in wanting to work, be around children is so often assumed to be for creepy reasons. Yeah, there's that. Hair all over the body in random places. Yeah, why do I have hair on my shoulders for? I shave that off. Also, I see shaving here. What's the one thing you hate about being a man? That moment in every boy's life when they go from being a cute little kid that random women smile at to being the potential monster that random women are afraid of. Yeah, there's something uplifting for you. Speaking of women, let's play the warning. Here's Kerosene on K-Barrel 101. The Orlando Magic are hoping to add to NBA playoffs upset history. The Magic are the number 8 seed in the East and lead the number 1 seeded Pistons 3-1 heading into tonight's game in Detroit. If the Magic pull off the huge upset, they'll be only the 7th team to do it in league history. The last team to do it was the Miami Heat in 2023 when they knocked off the top seeded Milwaukee Bucks to start a run to the NBA Finals. Former NBA guard Terry Rozier was already in big trouble because of an illegal gambling scheme, and things seem to be getting worse. He's now facing federal charges after prosecutors allege that he solicited and accepted a bribe. Rozier, who was waived by the Miami Heat on April 10th, is accused of tipping off bettors that he planned to exit a March 2023 game against the Pelicans early with a phony injury to manipulate under prop bets. So now, In addition to the other charges he's facing, Rozier can add sports bribery and honest services wire fraud to the list. The Philadelphia Phillies' terrible, horrible, no good, very bad season continues as the team, they fired their manager Rob Thompson yesterday. Despite leading the team to 4 straight playoff appearances and a 2022 World Series berth, Thompson was fired after a disastrous 9-19 start to the season. Making matters worse, he was just 28 games into a contract extension that was supposed to run through 2027. Don Mattingly will step in as interim manager for the rest of the year, which sets up an interesting family situation in the front office as his son, Preston Mattingly, is the team's general manager. That does it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on K-Bear 101. I'm not understanding the thought process on this one. For some reason, over in Wisconsin, they have added a decimal point to its speed limit on this particular road, I should say, in the hope that the unusual traffic sign will give drivers second thoughts about putting the pedal to the metal, is what they put. The Outagamie County Recycling and Solid Waste Facility in Appleton, hey, home of our good friend Cutter, who does the Cutting Edge Countdown with Cutter, Sunday nights, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m., right here on K-Bear 101. I guess I'll have to talk with him about this. Maybe I should hit him up. I'll email him saying, hey, have you been down this road yet where the speed limit is 17.3 miles per hour? The facility wrote in a Facebook post, you may notice something a little different on your next visit. Our posted speed limit is now 17.3. The facility, which provides recycling and landfill disposal services, said it decided on a posted speed limit of 17.3 because it makes drivers pause. Now, you know what makes drivers pause? You put like a fake cop car on the side of the road. You do one of those like scarecrows for humans, and you put a cutout of a Appleton, Wisconsin police car right there, and I can guarantee you they'll slow down. Or you put like some car with its hazards on the right-hand side, maybe getting pulled over by a fake police car. Magically, everyone slows down to watch this person for absolutely no reason. Keep driving. There's a new study out there saying a lot of teachers are juggling second and sometimes third jobs just to make ends meet. And that's one of those headlines where I feel like, really, honestly, nobody's surprised, but it still should not be normal. These are people teaching all day, lesson plans, grading, dealing with kids, dealing with parents, and then clocking out just to go clock back in somewhere else. That's not a side hustle for fun. That's just, overall survival. And I know some people will go, well, yeah, summers are off, though, for them. But that doesn't help much when you're working nights during the school year just to stay afloat. It's one of those situations where the workload doesn't match the paycheck, and people just quietly deal with it. Which is why if you're looking for something different or just something that actually lines up with your time and energy, it's worth checking out what's out there locally. So take a look at HireEastIdaho.com. We just redesigned it. It's all local jobs from local companies, stuff that actually exists here, not listings that vanish after you apply. This week's job of the week is with Friends of the Children Eastern Idaho. They're hiring a professional mentor. They're literally calling it a friend. It's full-time, based in Fort Hall. Pays between $19 and $21 an hour, plus full benefits. And the job itself, you're working one-on-one with kids, building real relationships, helping them succeed in and out of school. Going back to that whole teacher thing, you can work with kids even more. If you're someone who actually wants to make an impact and not feel like you need 3 jobs just to get by, that's something to look into. HireEastIdaho.com, because, working all day and then working all night, that should not be the plan. HireEastIdaho.com. Peaches Pit Party right here on K-Bear 101. It is now confirmed that not this weekend, but next weekend, I'll be heading down to Salt Lake City once again to go see Vana, Deadlands. I believe there's like 3 other bands on that list, on that bill, I should say. They replaced one of them with 2 other acts, and I'm always down to see new bands perform. I mean, who knows? One of these bands could just immediately blow up, and I could be like, well, I saw them when they opened up for Vana this many years ago at the complex in Salt Lake City. I'm going to be interviewing Vana on site. It is going to be such a fun time. She seems like just a fun person, a funny person. And she's heavily into Magic the Gathering and some other card games. I think she's into the Pokemon card collecting as well. I have never touched a Magic the Gathering deck whatsoever. So I might hit up a local card shop and just say, hey, what could be something Magic the Gathering related that I could bring to Rockstar and they would be thrilled to have it? I've never touched any part of that game. I used to collect the Pokemon cards. I used to have the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Never knew how to play Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't think I want to learn it now because, I don't really have time to play Yu-Gi-Oh, but I wonder where my cards went. Do my parents still have them? I might just gift her my entire Yu-Gi-Oh card collection from my childhood. Here you go. It's been collecting dust in my parents' house ever since. Yeah, check out that Vana show. I think tickets were like $40. Vana is an up-and-comer. We've been playing her track, In Your Name. Is that what it's called? Or maybe I should get the song title correct if I'm going to talk about the band, or if once I get to the interview, I better know that song title. We've played Beg. We've played Pray. Is the latest one called In Your Name? I think so. But yeah, Vana, that whole what's posting is on our concert calendar at riverbendmediagroup.com/calendar. There's going to be 2 shows, I think. One in Boise, one in Salt Lake. I'm going to be going to the one in Salt Lake Saturday, May 9th, because it's on the weekend. That way, I don't have to use PTO to take a day off of work during the week. I can just go on my weekend, and I don't know. Maybe that's not the best idea. Maybe it's better just to, if the show's on a Friday, no, I'm already confirmed for Salt Lake City. I'll be going to the Salt Lake City show. Hey, if you're a big fan of Iron Maiden, they're going to be doing this documentary about the band Iron Maiden, Burning Ambition, coming to Regal Edwards Grand Teton in Idaho Falls for a one-night-only screening. May 7th, 6 p.m. There's going to be like this whole entire movie about the 5 decades that Iron Maiden's been around, featuring interviews with the band and other contributors and rare footage, all of that stuff. And there was a comment from loyal listener Red Ed asking, how can I tell what is the cue to call? And I said, well, you just have to wait for me to say, hey, right now, which not right now. I'm just giving out an example. I'll say, hey, I'm giving out tickets right now to go see Iron Maiden, Burning Ambition, Be Caller 15, that kind of thing. Again, not right now. We'll continue giving away those tickets tomorrow here on K-Bear 101. Again, Iron Maiden, Burning Ambition, Regal Edwards Grand Teton, May 7th. If you don't want to try to win tickets, make sure to buy them. Support this kind of stuff coming to the area so that way it continues to do so, like the Bring Me the Horizon movie that came here not that long ago, and also the Ghost Right Here, Right Now film. In the previous break, I talked about how I'm going to be interviewing Vana at the complex in Salt Lake City. Why not play one of her tracks right now? Here's Pray on Peach's Pit Party. Don't you love it when people will do anything for content? They'll just do anything at all, just for engagement online. Well, 2 Florida teens, they're facing criminal charges after a pair of social media stunts that were intended to be funny. According to the Ocala Police Department, the 2 18-year-olds were arrested over the weekend after one of them recorded the other driving a lawnmower through the front entrance of a Target store, causing damage to the door. Police say the night before, the duo entered a Culver's restaurant and used a leaf blower inside the building. Why does that make me laugh? Just because it's dumb boy stuff, all right? One of the teens now faces charges of criminal mischief and disorderly conduct connected to both incidences. I wouldn't find it funny if somebody got hurt. I just think it's rather stupid. That's the reason why I'm laughing at it. Just walks into a Culver's, hey, I got the bright idea. Let me enter there with a leaf blower and just blow anything on the ground towards the others. I don't know. The other is charged as a principal with disorderly conduct. Police emphasize these were not harmless pranks, saying the stunts endangered people and caused property damage. Yeah, if I were to see somebody just entering the Idaho Falls Target on a lawnmower, I'd be like, well, all right, cool. Let me just keep shopping. I don't know what I would do. I wouldn't run out and scream, just some teenager on a lawnmower. Ooh. I wonder what their next plan was. Anyway, that's today's What the Headline right here on K-Bear 101. If you ever miss out on the noon hour of madness and mayhem, make sure to follow the on-demand podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Today, we talked about that list from consequence.net, their stupid list about the 100 greatest vocalists of all time, the 100 best vocalists of all time. Obviously, number one was Freddie Mercury. I mean, that one's a great number one pick. But they had Johnny Cash at 89 above Lizzie Hale, who was at 92. And then they also had Kendrick Lamar at number 20. Chris Cornell was one above Kendrick Lamar. You're telling me, singing-wise, vocalist-wise, vocal talent-wise, that Chris Cornell is only one step above Kendrick Lamar, and that Kendrick Lamar is 72 steps ahead of Lizzie Hale? You must be out of your mind. But it's funny because it was based off a voting poll of different rock stars, and you could tell that it was definitely skewed and also just a complete and utter waste of time reading. But it was fun noon hour content, and you can listen to that. You can listen to today's show from earlier today, I should say, on demand wherever you get your podcasts. Just search the noon hour of Madness and Mayhem on places like Spotify, Apple, etc. Also search for Peach's Pit Party, weekday afternoons, 2 to 7, here on K-Bear 101. All right, let's talk about this. I've been to Costco a lot as of late. The headline says, why do people turn into morons when they're shopping at Costco? Same thing applies for Trader Joe's. It's an ongoing meme that when you walk into a Trader Joe's, magically everyone knows or doesn't know how to properly walk in a grocery store. Also, if you've ever walked into Costco with a plan and exited 2 hours later feeling like you were in a Mad Max movie, you've experienced cart tunnel vision. It's not just your imagination, spatial awareness just vanishes the moment people's hands touch those massive Costco carts. Shoppers, they stop dead in aisles, block traffic while debating oat milk, and casually park their cart sideways, blocking the entire thing. Experts say, who's an expert on shopping carts? I don't know. Do we have experts on how to properly walk in a grocery store? That was one of the things I liked during COVID, is that they had those arrows forcing people to walk certain ways down aisles. It kind of helped, especially back when I was in Southern California and you know how populated that area is, how crazy Target would be on a Saturday morning. Experts, I guess these so-called experts say the oversized carts, wide open warehouse, that layout and the treasure hunt setup encourage people to slow down and wander and pay basically no attention to anyone around them. Add free samples into the mix and it can be impossible to navigate. The best thing you can do is try to be courteous. Don't stop dead in your tracks. Look around before making a U-turn. Don't go against the flow in the main aisles and pull to the side. If you want to check something out, don't be that lame person that leans on the cart the entire time and walks as slow as possible. They're the equivalent of that one senior citizen just driving 20 miles per hour below the speed limit, getting in everybody's way, impeding traffic. Don't be that person. Don't be that qualifier for D-bag of the day, which I don't think that's really a segment anymore on Victor's show, but still. We can still nominate people for that. If you're one of those D-bag of the day qualifiers walking around Costco blocking everybody's path, knock it off. Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, a.k.a. Brendan Peach, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.